So I bought two untested Nintendo 2DS's, and we're gonna see if they work and what issues they may have. So let's look at this one first. So first thing we're gonna do is just power it on. And it looks like it's starting up. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. And it does start up, but there looks like a black. Yeah, so this looks damaged, the bottom screen. Let's see if... So it reads the fact that I'm picking this. Let's just go with English. Okay, so the touchscreen, the digitizer works, so that's something to work with. However, for those who don't know, the 2DS actually doesn't have separate screens. These two screens that you see are actually one big screen, so we're gonna have to replace that. So good news is this one seems to work. Off first glance, it powers on, the touchscreen works. The buttons can't really be tested right now because we're still on the initial settings, but let's see if this one works. Come on. Nah, this one isn't powering on. So let's get this one hooked up to a charger. Just stick it in there. If it wants to go in, go in, go in. Okay, that's on me. It was actually on the other side. So we just... Okay, now it doesn't. Just go in. Okay. In. In. I said in, please. In. Okay, it's in. Oh, it charges. Okay, so it's charging. I just plugged it in, so let's see if it powers on when plugged in. No, nothing right now. So let's give it like 5-10 minutes. Okay, so after waiting like literally 2 minutes, it finally powered on. And okay, so I mean, it registers the D-pad, registers a circle pad. Let's see if maybe the triggers. Okay, it registers the triggers. Let's see if... Okay, the volume works. I just cranked that up. If you can hear that. So let's select Mii's. Okay, so the A button works. Look at that! It already has Mii characters. Let's look at the Mii's. Come on. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, these things come out of my nightmares. Look at these things. Look how ugly they are. Come back here. I'm not through with you, mister. Okay, so this evil thing is Bob. That's Bulb. And this is Logan Top. Why is his face so small? Okay, I'm getting out of that because that's just cursed. And, you know, from my initial testing, everything works so far. The circle pad works, the D-pad works, the A, B, Y, X, and the triggers worked, including the start and the select, and the home menu. So really, all that's really left to test on this thing is the microphone, the headphone jack, the SD slot, and also if it can connect to the web. We're going back on this 2DS, the other one's just right there charging, and unfortunately we're not gonna have as cursed Mii's because this one is factory reset. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set this up and then test it, and then we'll see if both of these can work via Homebrew. Cabby, what are you doing? Who came to join me? Cabby, say hi. Hi, baby. I actually found him under my floorboards, and he likes to sit on my lap or even my shoulder when I, you know, kind of fix DS consoles. So you might be seeing him around. Okay, so far, so good. I mean, I bought these together for $120. So that's $60 a piece. That's not too bad for these because these things have actually gone up a lot in price. And so far, they both work fantastic. So I'm just going to go ahead and homebrew this one, you know, fix it up a bit. And this one, I'm going to replace the screen. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so basically we got a very delicate operation because we got a kitty sleeping on the lap, and I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. So first thing I'm going to do is remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Phillip head screws. So now we have another problem. We have another kitty who decided to sleep on me, and he's sleeping on top of Kirby. So I'm just here disassembling, and I'll show you guys the end result when all the screws are out. So after many screws, I managed to disassemble the 2DS. And on top of that, what was really tricky is, I'm just gonna flip this over, I had to disconnect, let's see, 1, 2, 3, where else? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 ribbon cables, and I wouldn't be surprised if I missed 1 or 3 extra ones. So there was a lot of patience with this. Look how small the speaker is. It's so small, and to think that this is the only speaker on the Nintendo 2DS. Okay, and we were able to successfully remove the screen from the console. And this is how it looks. I was originally thinking about replacing the digitizer, which is this kind of lens that you see at the bottom screen that's actually responsible for receiving and kind of verifying the touch inputs that you use on the touchscreen on the DS. But on a closer inspection, I didn't see that there was any major scratches on it, so I'm just gonna leave it be. On a first glance, the old screen looks like it's the replacement. There's no noticeable cracks or anything, but as you saw, we did see some of that bleeding. So unfortunately, this has got to go. Yeah, and this is going to be the replacement screen. Just pull it out of the box. Let's slide that greasy pig out. And look at that. Can't even tell them apart. Okay, it's coming off. It's coming off. Oh, look at that. Untouched. Pure. I'm not going to spit on a perfectly good screen. However, this is where it's going to get tough, because now I got to get the adhesive off and put it on this screen without getting any dust or prints. So wish me luck. Now this was a nightmare. So what I ended up doing was actually cutting the adhesive into little pieces, so then it would be possible to actually align this without getting onto the screen. I originally tried to put the adhesive without cutting it up, and the adhesive kept getting on the screen and getting residue on it. So I cleaned it up with some alcoholic wipes, and then I used some compressed air, and we're ready to pop this thing back in. And we placed our screen back into the housing. Let's put the rubber contacts back into the buttons and start reassembling it. So China has failed me yet again, because after installing the new screen and putting all the ribbon cables on, whenever I try turning it on now, I'm not sure if you guys hear that, but it turns off automatically and it has like a popping sound. And I tried resetting the ribbon cables. I've tried having it plugged in and charging, and unfortunately now it doesn't want to even boot up. So that tells me that the screen that I got from China was defective and just not working. Okay, so this last piece of shit screen didn't work, and I had to cut up the original adhesive and then put it on, and I'm gonna go return it. But this new one thankfully came with adhesive already on it, so hopefully this one works. Let's go ahead and install it and see what happens. Look, I love this. This needs to be a thing. Look, they still, like, if you look at the adhesive area, it still has like a protective film, and you just got to peel it off. Whoever made this, and if it works, I'm gonna go ahead and link it in the description, because they're just an absolute saint. God bless them. Screen is in, and now we're gonna go ahead and reassemble everything. Okay, so we finally assembled the 2DS, and the screen works great. I gotta say, I'm super impressed with the screen I bought. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's in flawless condition, and it also came with that adhesive, which was a lifesaver. You don't see that in a lot of replacement screens. That's probably the first time I've ever seen one for kind of the newer 3DS, 2DS system of family. So I've never seen that. But on top of that, while I was reassembling it, I had the bright idea of taking the blue pieces of this blue and black 3DS and replacing them. So now I have an all blue Nintendo 2DS, and I also have now an all black Nintendo 2DS, which I thought was a pretty neat idea. So yeah, that's it. I mean, the last 2DS that you saw, the original one that you saw, the other blue one, that one has already sold. I already sold it, you know, homebrewed it, put whatever. It's gone now. But this one, I got to homebrew as well. This one, I'm in the process of homebrewing it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just the lesson for all of you guys out there that whenever you're buying replacement screens for any DS console, you're basically playing Russian roulette. So be prepared to have to buy maybe numerous screens just for one of them to work. I'm super pleased that this one works, so I'm going to go ahead and link it because this is the first time where I buy a screen and it works perfectly fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stupid fucking screen piece of fucking shit.